And after that, we took a couple of examples like how to change the labels of your employee profile and how to make fields editable by the employee, their manager, or based on the roles of your organization, how to make them or make the fields available to the different peoples of your organization to edit an employee details. So that is what we have seen in yesterday's session, right? So, and today what we are going to discuss, like we are going to basically look at, so the one layer above your data model, your Succession data model, you can configure the layout of your employee profile from the instance itself, guys. So how we are going to do that, let me show. Let me log into the system, guys.
Hello guys, how you guys are?
Hi Victor. And if you go to your profile, employee profile, you can see here, go to your employee files, and when you look at your profile, you see here, you see few fields here, but when you compare, you can see this is what you are seeing here, right? So under personal information, you see these fields, but when you compare these fields with your data model, let me open a data model, guys. Let me open the data model that we started working since yesterday. I hope you all got the XML pad and the data model from my side, right? Are you able to install the XML pad, guys? And you can see, guys, when you look at your data model, the SuccessFactors provided standard succession data model, you see there are a lot of fields available here. You see there are around like 46 fields are available here. But when you look at your profile, you see here there are very few fields that has been displayed here. So where you are going to control in data model, we have seen like at least the things that we have seen yesterday. These we will not be able to control whether you want to show this field on the employee profile or not, right? So we don't have such kind of control in the data model. So where you are going to control the required fields to be displayed on your employee profile is in your employee profile configuration, guys. Basically it is nothing but employee files configuration under your administration tools. If you go to your administration tools and if you go to your employee files, you can see here configure employee files. So this is the place where you are going to configure the required layout for your employee profile. So what kind of fields needs to be displayed, what is their position, and how many number of portlets needs to be displayed. Like see, portlet is nothing but this is your portlet, guys. Let me log into a different system, guys, so that let me go to my profile here. Sorry, guys. Go to profile. So where you are going to configure this layout is, if you see here, if you go to your profile view here, and you see these are nothing but your portlets, guys, which means that the things that you are seeing here, you can see this is one section, the text and the personal information, they are called as the portlets, guys. So how you are going to do this configuration of your portlets, or how you are going to place the required fields under portlets, like you can see here under your profile, and you can see there are two portlets which has already placed here. And if you click one of them, you can see if you click on the right hand side, you see this is named as personal information, and you see there are a couple of fields that has been displayed here. And if you compare these fields with your employee profile by keeping them side by side. They are one and the same thing, guys. You see here? This is the place where you are going to configure the required layout for your employee profile, guys. In the talent management system, under your configure employee files, that's the place where you are going to configure the fields or the layout with respect to your personal information or the employee profile, guys. Say, if you're interested in adding one more field, we already know that we have got a lot of fields. Let's say if you're interested in adding one more field, click on add another field. You can see if you select the last thing. So what field that you are interested in adding? Let's say you are interested in adding, I don't know, manager is there or not. Okay, so let's say you're interested in adding manager field, and say you can see here, you can also change the position of the field that you just added, guys. You can see here, you can move the field to the required position. Let's say you want to keep the manager below the department. Yes, that's it. Save this information. You can see. And while you're coming back, save all the different screens that and you can see, guys, you are back here. Save this information. And just let me and you can see, guys, here your manager field has been displayed here. So that is how you are going to configure or bring the required fields onto the layout, so that the fields that you configured under the layout, right, are the ones that are going to be displayed to all the employees across your organization, guys. And here you can see there are so many views are available here, and the ones that you are marked as show, those are the only views that are being displayed under your employee profile, guys. You can see here, just talking about the employee, this side, the left hand side. If you look at the left hand side, these are the ones that are going to be displayed, and you can see here, these are the ones which are marked as selected. Only those things are going to be displayed to the employees. Say, you can see here under profile, which means that if once you go into profile, you see two different portlets here. Say if you are not interested in displaying one portlet, you can see here, this is the portlet, guys. This is the portlet that has been named as test. You can see here. Let's say if you are not interested in displaying this particular portlet at all on your profile information, you can just go ahead and delete that, guys. You can see here, you can just go ahead and delete that. Let me save this. And let me log out from the instance and log in again, guys, so that we should not see the portlet with the name test.
Raghu, this is Ray, but is there any connection between the data model and the fields list, whatever getting displayed while you're selecting?
Yes, Ray, that's correct. Let me show you.
By default, does this use the succession data model, or is there anything we can make the connections between?
No. Yeah, it's by default, and that is the only data model where this can fetch the different fields, Ray. You can see here, you see the different fields here, right? They are all from your succession data model only. You can see all these fields are from your succession data model only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And let me go to my profile.
So Raghu, you're saying that we cannot, sorry. So Raghu, you're saying that we cannot add fields from this portlet configuration, whatever we are doing here. Those fields should come from the data model, right?
Yeah, the field should come from the data model. So what are the fields that you're going to configure in the data model? Those things will be available for you to configure the layout here.
Okay, but here also we can, like how we were managing in data model yesterday, like delete a field or just add a field. Here we cannot, we can add only fields from the drop down, but here also if we delete some field in that portlet, it will not be visible, right?
Yes.
So we don't have to always go back to data model to delete a field if we want to. We can always delete it from here.
Yes, you can still keep the fields in your data model as it is. Say if couple of fields you don't want to display on the employee profile, yes, go ahead and delete those fields from this layout, which means that you are hiding those fields from being displayed on the employee profile, but still The data model has all those things available in the structures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me go to profile. I don't know, guys. 1 second. Let me see whether this was saved properly or not. It is still there, guys. 1 second.
So is it easy we need to do individually or mass way we can do it?
Which one?
The profile display.
No, profile display is a configuration, which means that it is going to be applicable to all the employees. It's not like the things that we are going to do under the admin tools, right? They are across the organization. So there is nothing like we need to do it something in a mass fashion. It is across the organization. Whatever you configure here, right? Okay. It is going to be applicable to everyone. So yeah, now it was saved properly, guys. Sorry about that last time. I don't know like why it didn't save it. Let me log out and log in again. Let me go to my profile here. And here you can see the complete portlet itself has been removed here. So likewise, that is the reason, like you see under the configure employee files, that's the admin option available to you to go ahead and configure the required portlets and the required fields to be displayed on the employee profile, guys. This is one layer above your data model where you can do further configuration. It's basically like you are defining your layout, how your screen should look like, what is the position of your fields, how many number of portlets needs to be displayed. You are going to configure the layout using the configure employee files option under your administration tools, guys. So going back to the data model. So yesterday we have seen like how to provide the right permissions to the different fields of your data model. Let's talk about something called as, guys, yesterday we were discussing about PIA, right? So what is your PIA? PIA is nothing but it's one of the attribute of your fields where it will tell to the system that whether the field that has been marked as PIA to true is going to be stored as a secure data, which means that the data is going to data in that particular field is going to be secured in the database, is encrypted, and then it is stored in a database. And even the same thing whenever it's going to be displayed on the screen to the employees, right? It is not going to be displayed as a plain text. It is going to be marked as XXX, guys, so that people will not be able to read out that, especially your personal information like your driving licenses or your bank information or your SSN details. Those kind of details you are going to usually will mark them as secure fields using this PIA attribute, guys. Let's say you want to mark one of the fields as secure fields. Let's say, 1 second, guys, I don't know like where social security is there or not. Let's say you want to make one field as your social security field. You can see right now you don't have any field that has been configured as social security number. But your customer told that they need a field to capture the social security details of the employee. So how you are going to do that is like you have to use the existing custom fields. You can see there are 15 custom fields available in your Succession data model, guys. So go ahead and use one of those custom fields. Let's say we are using custom 01. This custom 01 is the technical ID of that particular field, guys. As I told you earlier, this is the technical ID of that particular field, and we are not supposed to change this technical ID of this field. Rather, we want to capture the social security number, right? Let's say social security number. And you are going to make that particular field as secure field, which means that I am setting the PII attribute associated with respect to that particular field custom 01 to true. You can see here I set that particular attribute to true and I mark this particular field as social security. Say I want to make this particular field as mandatory as well. You can see here there is one more attribute called as required. let me go ahead and set that to true so that it's going to become a mandatory field. So I did 3 changes, guys. One is making this field as a mandatory field, and making these or securing the data in this particular field using the PII attribute, and I am using a custom field, custom 01 as social security number in my organization, guys. So these are the 3 things that we did, and let me go ahead and verify. Let me go ahead and load this thing into the provisioning system, and then we'll verify whether the changes, whatever we did, are correct, are working or not. We'll verify that, guys. Let me quickly cross check whether I saved the file correctly or not. Then I'll load it into the system, guys. And if someone followed yesterday class thoroughly, guys, you should suggest me one thing here, which we forgot to do it. We didn't place the social security number under the write permissions, which means that you marked it as a mandatory field, but you didn't give the edit access to write the data into that particular field. You can see here under the write section, only these fields were there. Your custom 01 is not placed here. So it's up to us to go ahead and keep that particular field under the write section, guys. Without that, you will not be able to edit that particular field. Even though the field is going to be displayed on the employee profile, you will not be able to edit that particular field, guys. Let me go ahead and place that on the right section. Not sure, guys, whether you are following or not, but yesterday we have discussed this thing. I showed you like how to, even though I brought for a couple of fields. Can
you go over that again, please, because I didn't follow that.
Yeah, sure. 1 second, motion. Let me go to table view. See, what we did is like we are using a custom field, custom 01, and we mark that particular field to carry your employee social security details, and we made this particular field as a mandatory field. 1 second, guys. Somehow it is still showing as false. That is what I am worried, guys. You can see we made this particular field as a required field, which means that it's a mandatory field on your profile, and we marked this particular field as a secure field by updating the PII to true. And once we did that, so we expect that employees should update their social security number in this field, right? So usually, like, you have to grant the edit access to the employees. So if you just configure the field under the standard elements section of your data model, the field will be available as the employees will be able to see the field, but they will not be able to edit it, right? Unless you go ahead and bring that particular field into the element permissions under the right section, you will not be able to edit that. Do you remember that motion yesterday we discussed about that? So
yes, I got it.
Yeah, that is the reason you have to go to your element permission section and look at where is the right section and see under the right, do we have the field that we are interested. Let's say this is your right section, element permissions, and this is your right section, right? This is your total right section, and you can see right now I place the custom 01 under the right section. Okay, then only you will be able to write data into these fields. If the custom 01 doesn't exist under the right section, then your employees will not be able to write data into the elements, guys, or your fields. So that is the reason I was emphasizing that you need to be a little bit careful whenever you are going to configure on the data models, especially with respect to the different properties of the elements, guys. So let me go ahead and load this into the SuccessFactors system, guys.
Sorry. When you went to the XML pad,
yeah,
where did you copy the custom 01 from?
1 second. So I copied it from the above section, from the read section. Here you can see above is the read section, right? If you see here, So all these fields are defined as read only here. So
Okay.
I
You
copied
type
this.
read. All right.
Yeah.
So you copy the whole thing. Okay.
No, I didn't copy the whole thing. I copied the field that we are interested, custom 01.
Custom 01. Okay.
Yeah.
And you pasted it where?
I pasted it under the right section. You see here, this is your right section. This is where your right section is starting, right? You see? This is starting of your element permissions and this is your ending of the permissions. The things that we start with the bracket, that is the starting of your element permissions, and the thing that we start with angular bracket and after that a slash, right? That is the ending of your element permission section, guys. So
Rahul, how did you import it down to this XML part?
how did you?
How did you import this data listing from your desktop down to the XML part now?
No, yeah. If you go to table view, right? This is where we are working. And if you want to look at the XML files, XML source code, you have to click on the source code here. You can see there is a tab called as source here. Let me highlight here, guys. 1 second. So this is your source and this is your table view.
Yeah, but unfortunately, when I downloaded it, it wasn't like this.
Which machine you are using? You are using Mac or you are using Windows?
I'm using Windows.
Then it should be like, let me I look into it, Victor. Yeah.
Okay.
It should be like this. If your installation went fine, right? You should see all these things here. So your source code is the one where I'm going to add or change the properties of your fields, guys. Let me 1 second, guys. Let me erase all these things.
Yeah. Raghu, I have a question before you proceed here. In a social security field, you have given a field length is 255. So can you restrict to 9 and only the numeric characters to that field?
Yeah, we will be able to do that. I'll tell you like how to do that. You have to write something called as a validation rule over there, Nirmal. Yes, you will be able to do that. And we can define our own format because usually it's like 3 digits and there should be a hyphen after the 2 digits. There should be a hyphen and then it should be last 4 digits, right? I'll tell you like how to configure that.
Okay, so we have to do it in the same XML source code in the table view, or a
There are
different
two
place?
alternatives for that, Nirmal. But usually that is like when you talk about employee central, right? That is out of the box functionality. The success factor itself is going to provide that functionality. And if you want to configure the same kind of thing, right? The best thing you can do is like copy it from there and paste it here and change it or modify that as per your requirement. I'll show you how it looks like. Let me open that, how you are going to configure. Let me show you. I don't take much time, guys.
Raghu, when you're giving the star access, I mean, when you're giving access for everybody to write, the HR admin can also change the SSN number for employees, and also the managers can change the SSN number for the employees, right?
No, it all depends on like how you are providing permissions. It's not always that as we are doing it here, right? I gave the permissions to everyone.
No, I get that. I'm just asking that if you give right and give access to everybody, is it always true that HR and the managers can write their, can edit their employee records? That assumption would be correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then we have to do some more restrictions where managers and HR cannot edit the such information, sensitive information for employees.
Yes.
Okay.
One second, guys. Country says fix. Succession data model. Yeah, you can see here. This is where you are going to define the display format, and you are defining a regular expression to validate what data has been updated. You can see here /d is nothing but it accepts only numbers, and this is for the first three, and after hyphen it is accepting only next 2 digits, and after that it should be hyphen, and then also numbers, and it accepts only the 4 fields after the hyphen. This is how you are going to define the format, guys. Let's say if let me permanent account number. One second, guys. Yeah, here you can see your PAN card. You can see A to Z for the first 5 characters, and after that the next 4 should be numbers. After that the last 1 digit should be again an alphabet. So that is how you are going to configure, guys. It's like standard out of the box functionality, or otherwise if you want to implement that in your section data model, yes, you can go ahead and implement that in your section data model of your talent management system. It's up to you, but it's pretty simple, guys. And also, like, if you want to have your own rules, you can go ahead and write your business rules to validate the data whatever user has updated over there, guys. So let me go ahead and import this into the provisioning system, guys. And if you can see in your provisioning system homepage, you have to go to succession management section. Under the succession management section, you go to the import export data model, nothing but import export of your succession data model, guys. Click on that import export succession data model, and we are going to import from a provisioning system perspective. You are going to import the data into the provisioning system, right? Select the import option, and this is the file that we just configured, and click on submit, guys. And this has been imported. Let me go ahead and verify that. Let me log out from the system and log in again so that we can verify the changes whatever we did over there, guys. I logged into the system. I'm going to my profile. And do we need to do any further configuration, guys? And you can see here, where is your social security number? It is not displayed here because you didn't activate that, or you didn't brought into the visible thing in your layout configuration, guys. So you have to go ahead and bring that particular field into the layouts. Then only your new fields, whatever you have configured, will be available to you under the personal information section or in any portlet, guys. So let me go to the employee files, go to the configure employee files, and go to your profile. And we are working on the live profile information. Click on this portlet, guys, here. And this is the place I am talking about. You have to add that particular field to your layout. Add another field, and the field that we are interested in is like social security number. Where is your social security number? You can see here, this is your social security number. And what is the position that you are interested to place for where you want to place this particular field. Let's say you want to place this field. Let's say this is where you are interested to place this particular field. And go ahead and save these changes, guys, whatever we did here to the layout configuration, and save this dashboard. Save. So now let me quickly log out and log in again, guys.
Raghu, it seems we do not have access to configure the employee profile.
You can go ahead and give yourself the access under the admin privileges, guys. You'll get access. Or if you want me to do it, I'll do that. But if you go to the admin privileges and select all the different domains, security domains, whatever you see over there, right, you'll get the access. Otherwise, let me show you. Go to profile and now you can see here you are able to see social security number and say, and it's not marked as secure field, guys. You can see you are able to edit data here, but it was not marked as secure. Might be like we didn't save that particular file. So what will it say? Yeah, we didn't. It seems that this was not marked as secure field, guys. Let me check that once again. Sorry. February data model. This junk file we have to delete always, guys. Yes, the field is available. Everything looks good, but it was not marked as secure field. Let me see. Required is there, but you can see, guys, PI is not set to true. You can see here the PI is not set to true. Do one thing, guys, whenever you save changes, right, save it as a new version, and that is how you can keep track of all your changes. Let me configure. Let me cross check once again, guys, quickly. Let me go to the source code, guys. Yeah, now social security is set to true. Social security PI to true, and let me go ahead and save this. Again, go ahead and import that particular file into the system, guys.
Raghu, what are you pressing to save it? I can't see that on my screen.
Control S, Control S.
Control F, okay.
Yeah, either like I missed that particular save option over there, guys. I had to uninstall and install it again, then I'll see that. Another usually, like if you go to your file option, right, you'll see save as option or save options motion. I lost that because my system was on my system I installed long back and somehow that got corrupted. Let me go to employee files. Now you can see here, the moment we mark this particular field as PI is set to true, which means that you are telling to the system there is secure data in this particular field. Yes, this is how the system is going to treat. You can see here, it is going to be displayed as star star star. And if you have write access, then only you will be able to edit that, and then only you can see here the field contains sensitive information. Do you want to continue? Yes. Then only you will be able to see that. And you can see here, or otherwise if you click here, edit, and then you can click here, then you will be able to see this data. So that is how you are going to mark. You can go ahead and mark all the fields as secure fields, or you can go ahead and mark a couple of fields as per your requirement, guys. So the other thing is, like you can see here, you are seeing gender as male or female, which means that you are defining this particular field property as pick list, a drop down field. So what is the field attribute that will define a field as a drop down or pick list field? How your pick list management in your SuccessFactors system is going to handle? So usually, like,
I'm sorry, I have a question about that social security. When you click edit,
yeah,
is that access only to the HR admin or is it to the employee as well? Who's getting the access?
it depends on like who you granted access under the element permissions, right? To which roles you granted permissions under the element permissions, that is what it matters, motion. You see, right now, as per your current system configuration, everyone will be able to edit the data.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what it matters.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. And you can see here, you are defining, you are seeing a field as a pick list. So how your pick list, let's say if you want to define a particular field as a pick list, and if you want to maintain some data to be displayed in the drop down values of that particular pick list. So how you are going to maintain that? How your pick list management in SuccessFactors system is going to be handled? Usually your pick list management is going to be handled in two different steps. You have to do configuration with respect to two places, guys. One is your instance, another is your provisioning system, guys. You have to define a field property as pick list in your provisioning system under the succession data model, and you have to maintain the possible values that needs to be displayed in that particular field in the instance, guys. So it's a two-step process, your pick list management. Yes, you have to configure your succession data model to mark a field as pick list, and what values that you are interested to be displayed in that particular field drop down list is, you are going to configure them from the instance, guys. Let's say you want to configure a particular field as a pick list. Let me take this example, guys. Let me go ahead and mark a particular field. Let's take custom 02 field, guys, which we haven't used so far. And what I am going to mark this particular custom 02 field as like a hobbies, guys. And I'm going to, you can see right now I'm defining this as a hobbies. And at the same time, I want to make this particular field as a pick list field. So how we are going to mark this as a pick list field is like, go to your source code, guys, and add one attribute should come up in this row, guys. You can see here, you are adding a new pick list ID, and you are trying to, no guys, not this way, 1 second, guys. should not be
Raghu, why don't we see a pick list for gender field while it's already there?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
There should be a syntax, guys. Pick list ID is equal to this is not the way, guys. 1 second. The property is correct, but it should not be added here, guys. It should be added so this is how it should be added, guys. It should not be over there, but rather it should be as an element tag. You can see as an XML element tag. So this is how it should be added, and when you add in this thing, in this, something went wrong here. Now if you open your introduction to mastery, guys, open the introduction to mastery material that I sent to you guys. I had to reinstall the XML pad, guys. I don't know like why it is not accepting all the tags. So this is your pick list management documentation that I shared with you, with all of you guys. And here you can see here you can see this is how you are going to add your pick list tag. You see pick list and the ID that is associated with respect to that particular field. Let me do that. You can see here. So this is the XML complete XML tag. It's not should be it should not be added as one of your element properties here, but it should be as a new tag here. You can see it's a new XML tag, pick list, and the ID associated like hobbies. Let's say employee hobbies list. That is what you want to keep. And if you come here, right, see a new pick list, and you can see this is how your pick list has been added, and this is the ID associated with respect to that particular pick list. So this is how you are going to add the tag, guys. So this tag is very important, and once you add this particular tag, right, your work with respect to changing the standard elements is done. And the next thing is like whether this field should be editable or not by the employees, or as per your requirements. You have to go ahead and keep that particular field under the element permissions, guys. Go ahead and choose the required element permissions, whether it should be edited by the employee or it should be edited by the manager, or it should be edited by only the HR manager. So based on your requirement, you have to go ahead and add the corresponding field under the right section, and 02 custom 02 field is the technical field ID for our field which we marked it as employee hobbies. So you can see here right now I brought your custom 02 field to the right section. This is your right section, guys. Element permissions, right section. So I brought your custom 02 field to the right section. Then only employees will be able to edit that particular field in the employee profile section. I'll tell you, Sweta, someone asked this question, right? Why your gender is being displayed as the one? I'll show you. The next thing is going to be, we are going to discuss on the same thing, guys. So you mark the field as the
where do you add the value?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that is where I'm coming. You are going to configure the required values to be displayed under that particular drop down in your instance, guys. I told you two parts, right? One part is you have to configure data model. The other part is like you have to populate the required fields so that those fields are going to be displayed in the drop down list. The second part is you are going to configure them in the instance, guys. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah, let me show you that. Then only it will be complete. Once I
Raghu, another question. Out of curiosity, you were talking about the syntax of the pick list, right?
Yeah.
Could you not copy it from the gender thing, because that already had that syntax, right, in that XML file, or that syntax is different?
No, I don't see gender has been defined in your data model as pick list. I don't see anything over there.
No, but you were talking about having it as a drop down, right? But in gender there is a drop down, so I thought maybe the same syntax.
I'll show you.
Okay.
1 second, yeah. So let me go ahead and import this file first into the system. One second, guys. It is not configured right. Let me look at the error, guys. What it is? The content of element type standard element must match. This file could not be passed. It should be correct, guys. Spaces over there. Let me. We have to give proper spacing over there, guys. Yeah, you can see now you are able to import that into the system. So let me go ahead and configure your employee files here so that that field is going to be visible on your employee profiles. So for that, go to your admin tools. go to your configure employee files, profiles, this is your portlet for your personal information, guys, and this is your personal information. You can see here, add that particular field, guys, the one that you marked as hobbies, right? Let me log out, guys. That field is not yet reflected. Let me go to the administration tools. I'm just going to add that particular field to the layout, guys. Go to configure employee files, and the profile is the one that we are interested. Under that, go to personal information here, add another field here. You should see the label, guys. 1 second. Go to standard element permission, standard elements. Label it was not saved, guys.
Make us understand how to add the pick list.
You didn't understand that?
Raghu, you didn't put that on that line custom 2, you didn't put that as true. They were all false.
Okay. No, that should be fine. Like, if we are not interested in making it as a secure field, we are not interested in making them as editable. We are interested in making them as editable, but we are not interested in making them as a mandatory field or not secure field. And the other thing you have to make sure is like you added that particular field under the element permissions right section. So this will make that particular field to be available under the to be editable by the employees, or in fact like anyone in the organization as per your requirement. Yeah, custom 02 is there. I lost this file and save option.
Raghu, you did not change the label. It is,
Didn't change the label.
Raghu,
This
the
is
label is
custom
also
field.
showing customizing. No, on top.
On top.
Not here. Not in the elements. In the standard section.
Yeah, this is the problem, guys. Somehow it is not saving here. My PC lost this save option, guys. It should come up. I don't know, like. Usually it will come here, guys, but if you just give me a second, guys, let me install this again. I'm just going to uninstall the XML pattern and I'll reinstall it. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to uninstall this XML pad, guys. Get this XML, the XML part setup file, guys, and you just need to install that. That's it. Even someone told that they have some problems installing this, right? Let me do this. So this is your setup file.
Raghu, is there an option for Mac to use
Mac,
the XML
like
pad
you
or
have
the
to,
alternative for?
yeah, there is an alternative called as Oxygen, guys, for Mac.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any specific version
No, you
of
just
that?
need to install the latest version. I'll send the link to you, Smita.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So this is your data model. Yeah, now you can see here, I got the save option, everything. This looks a little bit good. This is the one that we are interested, right? Let's change it to hobbies, guys. And what you usually do, like best thing you can do is like do a save as and go with the new version. You can see still it didn't save. That's the problem with your, you know, to be a little bit careful, guys.
Raghu, your voice is not clear.
Oh, okay. Oh, 1 second, guys. Is that fine now?
Yes, Raghu, we are not audible. You are not audible.
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay, cool.
Now it's okay. And Raghu, it takes time for your screen to, for us to view.
Oh, really? I'm not sure, guys. So once in a while it happens. Because I'm at a hotel, guys, because I traveled this week and I was not at home. So I don't have control on my internet speed here. I'm just checking, guys, here the label. Yes, it is defined as hobbies. So
yes.
Let me go ahead and download this V1 or import that V1 into the provisioning system guide. At least we'll finish the half part in today's session and we can see the rest of the half in tomorrow. I thought like we might have completed this, but it is taking longer time than I anticipated. So go to section management, import export data model, go ahead and choose the file, and V1 is the version guide, right? We were interested, you can see here, this is the one, guys. Select that particular file, submit that particular file into the system. Okay, so it got imported, and let me go ahead and log out here. And now if you go to your configure employee files, you should see the field with the name hobbies, guys. You should not see the technical name associated with that field in the layout configuration. So layout configuration, if you go to configure employee files, and if you go to the profile and go to the portlet that we are interested, or we are right now configuring. So this is the portlet that we are configuring, right? Or that is the place where we want to show all the profile information of the employees. Click on the edit option, and here select the add another.
Your screen is frozen. I cannot see anything.
Oh. Let me complete this thing, guys. Maybe I will be a bit slow here.
A lot of time to.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I'm just here at the layout configuration screen. So on the layout configuration, you can see here I'm trying to add the hobbies field, whatever we added in the section data model. You can see right now you are able to find the hobbies field here. Are you able to see this hobbies field, guys?
Raghu, the screen is frozen.
Wow.
I can see now.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's a little bit, not little bit, it is far behind like what I am showing you and what you are seeing, guys. I just added this field to the layout configuration, and I am doing a save thing, guys. That's it. I am saving these changes. And let me save these changes. You know, like tomorrow afternoon I'm traveling back to my home, guys, so you don't have any problem, at least starting from tomorrow. So I'm just saving these options here.
Are you on leave?
No. Usually I don't travel, guys. It is because my client requested for some support at their place, right? That is the reason I traveled here. Otherwise I won't travel. And go to your employee files.
And Raghu, I just missed few minutes of initial session. Could you please, before I start?
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Raghu, I just missed a few minutes.
I got your thing, Shweta.
Yeah, I got it. Just summarize before you.
Yeah. Anyhow, like tomorrow I'll summarize that.
Some technical,
No, Shweta. I'll summarize in tomorrow for initial session, like initial hours, initial minutes. I'll summarize that. Yes. Sorry, guys. You can see, guys, your hobbies has been displayed as a drop-down thing, but there are no values being populated here. Sorry about that, guys. Let me really sorry about that. There is a lot of delay. I know that. What I mean to show is like hobbies we have configured as a pick list, and we maintain ID in your SuccessFactors section data model, and that is the reason you see it as a drop down, but there are no values being populated here. And the values you have to configure, or you have to maintain them in your instance under the admin tools, guys. Yeah, Motion. And you have to configure all your fields under the pick list management. You can see there is a option called pick list management. This is the file option to upload your possible pick list values under that particular ID, guys. That we'll discuss this thing in the second part in tomorrow's session, guys, because I don't want to dump things on you. But the first part with respect to configuring your succession data model, one of the field as pick list is like using the tag pick list ID, and ID we can give our own ID, and whatever the ID that we are going to configure in the data model, right? The same ID we are going to use it here, guys. Let me, I don't want to export all the pick list. So this is the place where you are going to configure the possible values that you are interested to display under that particular hobbies field, right? This is the place, guys. Pick list management here is the right. Using this file option, we are going to maintain the possible values, guys. I'll talk about this thing in tomorrow's session, guys. Let me stop it here for today. Sorry about the rest. Really, like my internet connection is really slow. Yeah, I'll talk about it. I'll try to explain you guys how this. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, before you close the session, can you please give me the authorization for the
Sure, yeah.
under
Yeah, no.
admin 2?
Sure, yeah. Your ID, Nirmal?
No, this is Rupesh.
Hey, Rupesh, yeah, sorry. Set user permissions, guys.
Yesterday you were.
Admin privilege.
Here I didn't get the answer why we don't see the gender pick list. Will you cover it tomorrow?
Yeah, this is the place you can see here. This is the place where you are going to configure the values, the possible values. You can see there are some system generated fields there.
Okay.
These are the standard fields, ISO country, even though we are not using it, right? This is the place where you are going to maintain all the possible pick lists. ISO country.
No, this is fine. What I was asking is why
your gender, right?
In the XML it was not visible.
Yeah.
Like it was visible for hobbies, it was not visible for gender.
No, yeah, I'll tell you that is the standard field, one of the standard fields, Kavita.
Okay.
It's not a custom field, right? We are using custom fields for the hobbies, all those things.
Right.
But gender is not the custom field.
Yeah, but how if let's say if you want to add another like a status there, like a 2BD or something, how do we add that to a standard field?
This is the one. This is the one. Like this is the place where you are going to add all the possible values. Say if you want to redefine that particular field, let's say you don't want to use gender as gender, you want to keep something else over there or additional values. You can go ahead and add one more ID to that particular same field. And to that particular ID, you are going to populate the values using this file, Kavita.
Okay, meaning most of the standard fields, we don't do any data management there. Only for the custom fields, we try to add the pick list and also.
Yeah, that's the first part. Yes, you are correct, Ray. But if there is a situation where you want to customize those things as well, right? Yes, you will be able to do that. In that case, we have to define our own pick list ID, and under that particular pick list ID, you have to map the values here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Raghu, is gender a pick list or not?
It's a pick list only, right? That's what we have.
But it is so it's a pick list, but it is because it is standard. There is nothing shown like a pick list, like what when we are adding it, right? That's what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you add that column? Like when you added that pick list, it came as an additional column, right? How did that happen?
No, that is the property of your XML. We didn't did anything to that particular thing.
So where exactly do we add to make it come as a column?
No. We added XML tag, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do anything. You just add this thing. Let's say you can see here. The moment you add this thing, right? That's it. It will come automatically.
So like now when you have that the matrix column, how did that be added? Basically I just want to know how do you add that column. I think you showed yesterday, but I just forgot where exactly you added.
Column we are not going to add it, right? No, if it is one of the attribute, right, you are going to add that here. PI say equal to, let's say even though if you are not defining it as PIL, let's say if you want to make it as false, you see, that's it. The column is going to be available automatically here. You see here?
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
So here it is one field it is true, another field false, and as pick list is one more attribute, right? As here you can see here, because the additional column is coming because you added a pick list ID here.
So any attribute that you add
Yes,
in
yes.
that declaration, it just comes as a column, right?
Exactly. This is one of the properties, right? So all the properties are going to be displayed as additional columns. So that is the reason, like when you look at the source code, it is a little bit, you will not be able to understand very clearly. That is the reason you have to go to your table view and see like what are the properties and all those things here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
Raghu, Dipali here. Can you send yesterday's video, please?
Yeah, I'll do that, Deepali.
Raghu, this is Ray. I think the.
Raghu, Shweta here. I just missed few initial sessions.
Yeah, sure, Sweta.
Thank you so much, Raghu. That would be great help, just to,
Yeah, I'll do that.
base with what you're doing at present. Oh, thanks.
Raghu,
Rupesh,
in
I'll grant that,
the
Rupesh.
provisioning system, the file which we are exporting, does it matter what name we are giving to that file?
No, it doesn't matter.
As long as the syntax is correct, system will accept it, right?
Yes.
Okay, that is why we are able to add the different versions of the file, and we know.
Yeah,
which one we
exactly.
are
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. The content is what it matters.
Okay.
There are so many Rupesh. I don't know, like who added all this.
Raghu, did you send the DTD file link? You said that's a separate link, right?
Oh yeah, DTD file. Yesterday I sent the XML. DTD I forgot to send, guys. No worries, I'll send that today.
Okay, I just wanted to experiment with that. So.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
Raghu, yesterday you text us that is there any session happen on Saturday, Sunday, weekend?
No, there was no session happened on Saturday, Sunday. Ray, I replied to that, right? There was no session happened on Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. Rupesh, you are good, Rupesh. Now you got all the access.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Your battery is 7% now.
Yeah, I just plugged in my
And for
charger.
me also, if you could add that, would be great.
Sure. Yeah. I'll send that to everyone, guys. No worries. Okay, guys. Then, yep.
All right, Mike.
Yep. Bye, guys. Bye, Victor.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Raghu, what time do we expect?